guys, welcome back. So in today's video I am going to be doing a get ready with me brought to you by the letters I and J. Now I originally set out to do this just with the letter J, all products, all brands that started with the letter J. So Julep, Jesup, Jouer, Josie Maran, Jordana, Jesse's Girl, like I was trying to go all J's for you. And then I was like, you know, if I could pull an I would have a lot more to work with. So I'm pulling in It Cosmetics, and that is going to really help me in the powder department. I've already done my skincare, and I have a few products I'm going to start up with before I do foundation. I've got some Josie Maran samples here, but I've got the Josie Maran 100% Pure Argan Oil Light, the Ultra Light Moisturizing Oil, and the Josie Maran Argan Matchmaker Serum Foundation in Instant Self-Adjusting Light Medium Foundation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the oil, and then I'm going to put the foundation on top, which I do not anticipate that foundation to have much coverage at all. I think this is the second sample I've had. So I did try it once, but it was super fair, super light coverage, and then I'm going to go on top of it with an actual foundation. But that's what I'm going to do for my primer. And then I'm going to try the foundation. This is the self-adjusting, so when it comes out it is actually white. But it is supposed to turn into a light medium color. We'll find out because this is pretty white. And then I'm also going to try to use brushes that start with I and J, mostly Jesup and It Cosmetics. So I'm curious to see this self-adjust to light medium because that was white. Well, I don't know if it looks white, but I don't feel like it had any coverage whatsoever. I'm going to go on my red spots with this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness. And it's like a tan colored cream that if you use just a dot on top of where you have a little bit of redness, like I have some acne right here, it does a really good job of concealing. But you can instantly get cake face if you're not careful, so just a little bit goes a long way. And I used every drop of that foundation sample, every single tiny drop that it had, and then I used a Jesup foundation brush. And I'm just patting this one in with my finger. I don't have too much going on right now. I'm going in with the It Cosmetics CC Plus Illumination. I have this in the shade Light, so it may be a little too light for me right now, and a little bit too oily, almost. But I'm going to put a liquid bronzer on after this. I'm going to use that same brush that I used for the other foundation, and I don't actually have any correctors to put under my eyes, so I'm hoping this is full coverage enough. Taking it down my neck too, because I think this might be a little light, so maybe I can blend it into my neck gracefully. And I'm also using this on my eyelids to kind of prime them. You guys tried the new Josie Maran Argan, what's it called, Vibrancy Foundation? I'm curious about it. I have a sample of it in my cart at Sephora. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet. What do you guys think? Alright, so this is the light shade. I think it is a little light compared to my neck, but I'm going to try to blend it down just a bit. Now I'm using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This is in neutral medium. Just using my finger first. Really don't need much of this product, like at all. And I'll also take this onto my eyelids to prep for my shadows. This is also a Jesup brush. Some of these don't have names, so that's why I'm not telling you the name. It's just like a really small kabuki, flat. Now I'm using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores to set that under eye concealer so it doesn't crease. I completely forgot I had this Dr. Jart BB Beauty Balm thing, and that makes me sad, but it's a multi-action skincare plus makeup SPF 15, and I was going to use it, and I forgot. So that's why I use the It Cosmetics, and this would have been another J brand. I was going to use it, but oh well. So I did put more powder on my face. I'm still feeling like I look a little white in the places where I put that It Cosmetics like concealer, but that's okay. Before I do contour, I'm actually going to do bronzer, and the only reason I'm doing them in this order is because My bronzer here is actually a cream and the contour is going to be a powder. So I want to do the cream first. This is the Jouer Luminizing Moisture Tint SPF 20 oil free, and it's in the shade Deep Bronze. And for that I'm using the Jesup Duo Fiber Powder Blush Brush. It's just got the white tips. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my hand. And then bronze up the face. I'm going to use some powder. I'm just using the brush I use for powder to, it's got no additional product or anything. I feel like this looks a little orange on my forehead, so I'm going to try to like blend it in with my skin color powder, and maybe that'll help make it a little bit less harsh. For contour, I'm going to try this eyeshadow palette. This is by Jessie's Girl. It's the Natural Nudes collection, the Natural Nudes collection in the Backstage collection. And these colors here are like a cool tone, kind of like a mauve-y brown. So I'm going to try the taupey mauve kind of colors as a contour. For that I'm using the Jesup Tapered Highlighter brush, and it's very tapered, so I'm going to try to get a nice contoured line. I think this is going to work actually, which is good. Doing a little bit down the sides of the nose. My nose looks orange. This is turning out really good. Let me fix this. I'm just taking my foundation brush and trying to make it look a little better here. I think I went a little overboard on the bronzing. I'm using this IT Cosmetics Live, Love, Laugh Vitality Face Disc with Drops of Light technology. And I'm just going to use this peachy blush in here and the highlighter. This blush is one of my most pigmented. I mean, I barely have to press the brush into it and I can get, like, blush my entire face. It's so bright. So I just brushed it. I put the brush in the powder and then did this a few times to like not make it dramatic, because this one has bitten me before. I've like put it in and then it's been like poof, clown cheeks. So trying not to get clown cheeks today. I'm going to turn this brush around. This is the IT Cosmetics Highlight and Define brush. It came in like the brush trio, and I'm using the highlighter shade from this palette right at the top of the cheekbone, and then taking it towards the tail of the brow. I've already kind of primed my eyes by doing the concealer and the powder on them, so I'm just going to take a little bit of that highlighter color and just put it right underneath the brow bone. And this is a huge brush for this, but right underneath the brow and on the inner corner of the eye. Let me go ahead and fill in my brows. I'm going to be using the IT Cosmetics Brow Power, the Universal Brow Pencil. I'm going to go for like a warmer eye look today, because the last couple tutorials I've done like pinky purple looks. And so I'm going to be using the kind of orangey bronzy shades and the darker browns. So I'm going to do a nude lip and a darker eye, which is something I haven't done in a while on my channel. So let's get started with the eye look. I'm going to zoom you in. I went ahead and finished this side of my face. I am glowing up a storm. I've got a warm orangey bronzy eye and a nudish pink, a peachy nude lip with some glosses stuff. So let us go ahead and get into the eye look. First, I'm using a fluffy brush and I'm going to apply a transition shade. And the transition shade is just basically like my skin tone, but like maybe one shade darker. I would call it probably skin color. Like, it's not real warm, it's not real cool. As you can see, it's not showing up too much, but I'm taking that almost up to the brow bone from the crease and almost up to the brow bone. And then I'm going to take the same exact brush, and there's one shade a little bit lighter. I'm just taking that right under the brow bone. Then I'm setting this brush aside, and I will come back to it for blending purposes. On the lid, I'm actually using a really pretty color. This is that orangey shade you see on my lid. It's like a shimmery orange. Really pretty. This is the Jesup blending brush. The brush I was just using is the Jesup tapered blending brush. So the blending brush, it's kind of large, but I'm just tapping this orangey shade on my lid only. And then when I did the rest of my eye, I realized, you know, I think I can get more out of this shadow. So I wet it with a little bit of setting spray. And I was able to get a really pretty metallic look with that. So I'm going to do that after I finish the rest of my eye. I will wet this brush. I'm using this IT Cosmetics brush. This is the pointed one. I think it's like a 201 or a 201. The IT Cosmetics 201 brush. It's like a pointed brush. And I'm using the dark matte brown from this palette. The dark matte brown from the palette. And I'm just going to like draw a V here in the outer eye. And then when I don't think I have too much product left on the brush, I'm actually going to take that in the crease. And just run it back and forth. I'm going to end up blending most of that out anyway on the crease, but I do want to define it. This isn't the warmest brown I've ever seen, but I think it's really pretty. So now I'm going to blend out that dark brown using the transition shade brush, which was the tapered blending brush with the nice tan color on it. Just going to blend out the edges, and then I'm going to go back in with that brush that I did the lid with and wet it. So I'll get the really intense foiled look. Watch the difference on this lid shade once I wet it. You see the difference? It's like, whoa. Comes off almost copper once I wet it. Then I'm going to do some more blending and going back and forth between these brushes till I find the way I want it. And I'm taking the Real Techniques 200 brush, which is just a large fluffy eyeshadow brush. And I'm just blending out the edges. This is clean with no additional product on it. Alright, so when I have the eyeshadow the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner. Today I'm going to be using the Julep eyeliner that I own, and it is the Julep Kajal Eye Glider, and it's dual-sided. It has brown and black, and I've got it nice and sharpened, and I am actually going to use both shades. So initially I wanted brown because I wanted it to look warm and you know, bronzy and brown, but then I was like, that's not giving me the dramatic effect that I want. So I'm going to start with black on the upper lash line, and then I'm going to go on a little bit above the initial line with brown. So the base of it's going to give me that dark line, but then the brown is what's going to be smoked upwards. I hope that makes sense. So black in the lashes, black in the tight line. And then I'm switching it around and I'm doing brown for the waterline. And just below the lower lash line. And right on top of the black on the top, I'm taking the brown just a little bit higher. Then I'm applying some of this Josie Maran Argan Black Oil Mascara. And I'm going to apply this to the top and bottom lashes. My eyes are done, so I'm just going to finish this other half of my lip that isn't done yet. I'm using the Jordana Easy Liner for Lips. If you were looking for a good lip liner from the drugstore, these are amazing. This is the one in the color Rose Crush. They are creamy, they're retractable so you don't have to sharpen them. They're pigmented, they last a long time, they're good. I think it's under $3. So I lined them and then I filled them in with this lip liner. And they have a really good color range of these. I think I own like 6 of them. And then I'm using the Jordana Modern Matte lipstick, which seems silly because I'm about to put lip gloss on top of it. But this is in the shade Matte Blush. It's like a nude shade. And last but not least, I'm going in with the Jouer Pearl Lip Enhancer Tinted Shimmer Conditioning Lip Treatment. And this is in Peach Pearl. It feels really good on your lips. It's a lip treatment, but it's peach tinted. So if you are one of those people who wears, those liquid lipsticks that dry your lips out a lot regularly, and you just sometimes you need a day off where your lips feel really good, these are really good. Alright, so this is the finished eye look. Smoky, dramatic. That lower lash line really makes it smoky. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I have some other colors of them. I have some other letters that I'd like to do this, like Get Ready With Me, brought to you by the letter B or whatever. I've already done B, C, and M, and this is J and I. I'm considering doing L with like Lancome, L'Oreal, Laura Mercier, Laura Geller, all those, and also doing maybe S, Stila, Smashbox, Sephora, Starlook, Sugar Pill, stuff like that. So let me know if you guys have any other ideas for letters I could do. Thanks for watching. Bye.